Man, you never really know what's going to happen in the playoffs, do you? First off, Dante, terrible news. Torn Achilles, that is the worst, man. Best wishes to Dante. Wolves fans love him. Look forward to seeing Dante again, possibly by the tail end of next season. We'll see. And now we have to see with Ant, where I think it was his other knee in this one. Same thing, best wishes to Ant. Gordon, I don't think, finished the game out there. So we will see with Ant and Gordon. And these two teams finally got into a little bit of a scuffle with Jokic and Jaden at the end. Anyway, we got to go right to Io, because oh my god. I might have disrespected the Wolves for a third straight year in round one. So with Io, we knew he could drive off the catch. We knew that he could make open threes, and we knew that he could push in transition. He has done all of that to the Nuggets in the last couple of games. But the half court, just self-creation, give me the ball, and like pull-ups in mid-range, floaters, pull-up threes, where the Nuggets, I think for the most part, they just decided we're not going to put our defense in heavy rotation for Iodumu. And under normal circumstances, that makes sense. But in this game, with how hot he was, man, I mean, he was walking into some pretty open ones. At a certain point, it just became an out-of-body experience. Like that deep three he had at the very end, it felt like I was watching a dude on a $40 million a year contract be like, all right, guys, I'm going to carry us home tonight. 43 points on 17 shots. Unreal. And once Dante and Ant went down, this Wolves team, I mean, they were just desperate for anything. Like, Randall opened the second half with at least this mini run of making a couple of shots over Gordon or barreling into Jokic, or I think he drew another foul on Christian Brown on a switch because he's always looking for that throughout this series. But the question that I kept asking myself was, can they really keep this up to the end of the game? Can they just score enough? Because on the other end, you know Jaden's going to be pressuring Murray. Like, Murray got free from Jaden for like one pull-up three, but you know Jaden's still staying glued to him. Jokic certainly made progress on Gobert with their matchup in this one, and to open the game, the Nuggets were kind of spamming like somebody setting a pin down for someone and then flowing into the Jokic DHO to just put Jaden, mostly Jaden with Murray, in just multiple things to fight through. So that's cool, and Jokic got into more of like face-up jumpers and fadeaways against Gobert, so there was life there. But the Wolves are still going to play hard and pressure the ball, and everything was still pretty tough. And also there was a little mini stretch there where they went with Gobert on Gordon and Randall on Jokic. It didn't stick for too long, but it was there for a little bit. And between the Nuggets just being bad from three, and the Hardaway hitting the side of the backboard, and then Jokic not being able to keep up like some of the different things that he was doing against Gobert in this one. Like eventually it did come back down to, can you just score over him in like a physical back down situation around the rim in that fourth quarter? And the answer was once again no. And it made me think about like, what was I thinking about with this series beforehand? Well, my thinking was with that matchup. Basically, I thought that Jokic would get the better of Gobert in the 1v1s, but Gobert's rim protection overall would still be effective because anybody involved with Jokic would have to deal with Gobert, right? And clearly even that was disrespectful to the job that Gobert has done on Jokic 1v1. So the Wolves are always going to play hard. And also Naz Reid with his 17 points on good efficiency is massive as well. But you just kept wondering, is somebody going to be able to score enough for them? And clearly the answer was, it was Iodumu, where they did not give up that much for him. Other teams could have gave up more for him. I think the Pistons would love to have Iodumu right now. I mean, Ant and Dante go down. I know Ant had missed a lot of shots to open up this game, but still, doing that with those two down, unbelievable. And roast the Nuggets. They deserve it after this one. Jokic and Murray deserve it. I mean, I know Jokic took less threes and he was better in this one than the other one, but even so, Jokic just hasn't been good enough. Yes, Watson out. Yes, the three-pointers have been bad. I understand. But anyway, the question now is, like, are the Nuggets just done? Is this thing over? Because the Wolves' intensity is going to still be there no matter what. And it feels like at this point, like even if the Nuggets do make this like a real series again, and we'll talk about it in a second, can they blow this Wolves team out? Because it looked like they were going to in Game 2, and since then, everything is just a grind. Anyway, can they win Game 5? Yes, they can win Game 5. In fact, I will say if there is the spirit in this team that I would like to believe there is, they will win Game 5. I don't know the status of Aaron Gordon. But at Game 6 back in Minnesota, I mean, it feels like the Wolves are not going to let the series go past a Game 6, but we will see with Ant, we will see with Gordon, and we'll see with Io. I mean, the guy basically hasn't missed a shot in 2 games. So yeah, I might be wrong for a third straight year with picking against the Wolves in round 1. First 2 felt very stupid. This one, it's the Nuggets, so I don't feel as dumb, but I still feel kind of dumb. I don't know if Jokic cares about this, but he is also playing for the title of the best player in the league, because if this goes the way it looks like it's going to be SGA as the number 1 guy now. Obviously, some people already have that, but it'll be more of a consensus. We'll see what happens. Now we go to the Knicks and the Hawks, where it felt like this was the first game where the Knicks could really weaponize Cat on offense, and we saw it with just using him as a hub, top of the key, go at Okongwu in one-on-ones. A lot of them were fouls or just getting by him for a basket. Found OG on cuts, found Brunson for a couple of catch-and-shoot threes. Like, any sort of Brunson open shot that he didn't have to do everything for feels like a miracle for the Knicks based on the first few games. And what's crazy is even with that, I mean, he ended up with 10 shots and 9 free throw attempts. There's probably still more to get to. I mean, there was actually the very first play of the game, the Knicks got CJ onto Brunson, and then they ran a Brunson-Cat action where Cat was open for a second and Brunson didn't hit him, but the idea was there. So there's probably still more to get to with that stuff. I mean, like the last game, I think it was like Brunson had taken nearly twice as many shots as Cat. I think Deuce as well as Clarkson took a very similar amount as Cat. OG had taken more, but OG also had a great game in that one, so like, okay. Basically, they made a lot of good progress with just featuring Cat, running the offense through Cat, and hopefully they can just keep it up. And then as far as the other side of the floor, I mean, at the risk of this being too simple of a take, I thought the Knicks played harder, pressured the ball more, rotated harder, whatever, and the Hawks just missed some threes. I don't know. I guess I will say maybe they leaned a little bit more into leaving Okongwu totally wide open. Like there were a couple plays where Cat was really aggressively helping when Okongwu was at the top of the key, or this one when Okongwu was in the corner where Cat just said, go ahead. You know, OG as well as Josh Hart both had a couple of really physical one-on-one defensive plays on Jalen Johnson. I mean, I'm trying to add some spice onto it, but I basically just think they played harder, helped a little more aggressively, and the Hawks didn't make jumpers. Like, there you go. Also, that Dyson travel when he was left wide open for three, that was rough.